I've always run my sat-nav like this on the dashboard. Connecting my USB cable to a USB socket that I installed a number of years ago. Through a small transformer and then down into the glove box. It was a bit neater than this. I put it down the crack and down the A-pillar better before, but I'm going to take it out. It's just wired into the Glovebox light, which is a permanent feed, which is not ideal because I think the transformer's causing a bit of current draw on the battery. So I want to change it to an ignition on feed only and try and put the USB socket in one of these switches here so it'll look more OEM, probably in this end one. So I looked online and found a USB socket that fits into these switches, being the correct size. Here it is. It's just a standard USB socket. I think it might even light up, I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, it should just plug into my ordinary USB socket that I've got, so I just need to transfer the wiring and put it all behind the dash somewhere. Well, it's the right size, that's okay. That should go in there nicely. Now I did install a new fuse setup a long time ago, just for this purpose. So I've got the positive lead cable already here. But I will need to downgrade that fuse to a 3 amp just to protect the transformer, because I don't want that setting fire to the dash. So the first thing to do is remove the glove box. So I need to take this end panel off, open the door, and then it'll prise off. I've covered this in detail on a previous video, so I'll leave a link at the end of the video and in the description for that. Basically take all the T20 screws out and then it'll drop down. Take off the AC pipe. Then unclip and detach the electrical connection to the switch. And put the glove box somewhere safe, like on the back seat. To take that end switch out, I need to take this little panel off using a soft trim tool so I don't scratch anything. That's just clipped in like that. Now I can get this end blanking switch out. Before I go any further, I've got to take the old blue cables out, detaching them from the back of the light switch. I think this was a bit of a quick temporary measure, if I remember rightly. Oh yeah, definitely temporary. Looks like I've just shoved the cables in the back of the switch. I'm surprised it worked for so long. Importantly, I've marked the positive. That's useful, seeing as the wires are the same colour. Right, I'll take that out now. Right, got that out. Here it all is. All ready now to reinstall where the blanking plug was. So I've got to get a cable from here to here somehow. So I think I'll have to take the right hand lower dash panel off. Yeah, do that first. Again, I've done a detailed version of taking this right hand lower panel out. Link in the description and at the end of the video. There was a little hole close to the front of the dashboard that I could pass the wires through, and then I pushed them a little bit further and you could see them at the other end here. But I couldn't really get them any further than that. So anyway, I want them going down and underneath somehow. Behind this panel here. The panel's slightly flexible, so I can pull it forward a little bit. But in the end I found another way and put my hand up here behind the back and rummaged around and fiddled with the wires and eventually could get hold of them, which was handy. I've no idea where they go up there, but they did come through. Fairly straightforward really. So it was just a question of pulling them through and then feeding them around the various bits and bobs behind the steering, making sure they didn't interfere with anything, and then feeding them right up to the back of the fuse holder. And this is where I poked them through. I think I'll just get a different connector. So I'm going to take this connector off and fit a simple domestic Wago. I don't see why not, does the same job. And in my opinion it'll make a better contact with the flexible cable strands. Now I could tape it up or put it in some sort of enclosure, but I don't envisage it being any problem. And it looks like there's a handy bolt here, so I can earth it to the body. So that's what I'll do. Now I could solder a washer on to the end of the wire, but I don't think there'll be any problem if I just wrap the wire around this bolt. Make sure I put it around clockwise. That'll do. Now I've just got to feed the socket in. I'll just plug the male and female USBs together. I could have rewired it all and removed these sort of plug and socket affair, and I think I'll just tape these up. But there's enough space behind the switches to take all this, so I'll just shove it all behind there. I'm sure it'll be okay. Right, that'll be okay now. That won't come off. Feed the rest of it in. And it looks as though it's a little bit tight to get it in, so I'm going to have to trim a little bit off with a Stanley knife. I just need to trim a little bit off the top and bottom of this plastic here. Now I've got it to go in, but it goes down a little bit too far and it's a little bit loose. The little switch socket needs to come forward a little bit to be flush. So it's these bits on the back of the switch that aren't deep enough. If I compare it with the blanking plug, yeah, there's little plastic shoulders on the blanking plug, and they go further, they're much deeper. So I think what I'll do is I'll glue it in place with some epoxy resin, just enough to hold it in place, but not too much that I wouldn't be able to get the socket out again. So I've done that now. I'll just put the other switches back in and blanking plates. Right, there we are. What's that like? Ah, it's a little bit different. Being so old, all the other black plastic has faded, and this new socket stands out. Maybe I can do something about that to make it blend in sometime. Maybe use some back to black interior restorer. Anyway, I'll put everything back. And see if I can get this to blend in a bit better. Ah, that's not too bad. Just depends on what angle you're looking at it. If you look at it at this angle, you can hardly notice it. I think I need a new USB lead with an angle on it, I think. Right, the moment of truth, turn it on. Hey, it charges. So that's working as it should. One step closer to my road trip to Spain. So I'm happy with that. That's not too bad. It's a lot neater than what I had before. I just need an angled USB cable. Maybe get a short adjustable coiled one so it'll stay out of the way while I'm driving. So that's all for now, guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.